Hello there and welcome back. So today I want to show you a simple setup that I'm using to, as usual, have some fun. I find out that having an intelligent palette almost empty is fun because I can use all the module and create, basically design a synth every time I want. And last week I was experimenting with just looping, and I actually moved all of my module in the bigger case because I want to really do a, let's say, a looping power horse. And today I was thinking, why don't I try to create basically a more complex synth voice, but basically just what I would call a regular synth using the basic module that I have. And then I decided to use the torso to make the sequencing. Some Nightsky as usual. Lately I'm using it almost anything that I do in the fashion of ambient or minimal, because it's really complement what I'm doing. And then I have some Eventide Space and some Benny Dub Echo. So before going on and showing you what's happening here, the few way you can support me, and please subscribe and share this video if you like it. Then you can buy some of this item using the link down below, or you can become a Patreon subscriber, and in that way you will receive some more exclusive content, like last week looping small system that I just published, or many other things. And more than that, you will make me able to keep buying pizza. Okay, so let's go back and let's break down this system here. First, let's talk about the concept behind it. So I wanted to just have basically a regular synth with one voice, one envelope generator, one ADS, basically one ADSR, or whatever you want to call it, one VCA, an LFO, and then I added a few more things. I added a Pamelas workout because these things can do so many things. And I have some intelligent bonus things like the Steppy and the Duat, that is an attenuator. So basically, Odessa is my VCO. Odessa is a very weird but beautiful additive kind spectral harmonic oscillator. I never really understood what it does, but what it does it very well. It can go in a very experimental way, or I can use it like I was doing now, more classically. And I'm a simpleton and I like simple things, so I'm using very simply. It can come with the hell that it's an expander that make it polyphonic. So basically right now I have 3 voice sequenced. Sequenced by the T1. T1 has 6 CV out, can be used single voice, 2 voice, in this case it's 3 voice, so it's 3 CV and 3 gates. And I'm using, as usual, my technique, like same channel, multiple tracks, so it creates weird things going on. So one thing to know about the Odessa has 3 output. One is the fundamental, and basically is this one. Okay. Is it going or is it not going? Yeah. What happened here? It was muted, of course. Okay. So I will remove all the effects. I did a sequence in the torso. You can check my previous video if you want to know how it works. I have 3 tracks going on. This is sent to the root, this is sent to voice 1, 2, and this is to voice 3. And then I have this that is sequencing again voice 1, because it overlap. And let's see, because they go all to channel 1. So if I activate this, and it creates this lower tone. Okay, I had some randomization to it. Again, check the torso video if you want to know how. So this basically is sequencing the root, and it come out from the fundamental mostly. Right now, the fundamental is mostly a sine. It's not that it has a lot of other harmonics in it. But when you start adding the other two, now things get more interesting. So there's something going on here. We'll see later on. So this is voice 2 and 3. I could keep adding. I like this situation because I can keep improvising and add stuff. So what's happened from here? From here we go into the Tangle Quartet. The Tangle Quartet is my VCA, okay? So basically it's just wait for a trigger to open and close. And I'm using the Zadar as envelope generator. So I sent the gate out from the torso into the Zadar. And I have these waves setting up. So wave A, let's listen to it. It's a very fast attack, almost instant attack, with some decays, long decay. Then, and it's the fundamental. So from fundamental out in channel 1, and I have that. Then I have odd partial, or even on channel 2, and using B. And he's using this weird shape that create an interesting vibe. And then I have channel 3. And channel 3 has a very fast envelope with a fast transient, not super fast attack. And so altogether, they're all kind of separate and create, to me, an interesting vibe. Zadar is pretty great. You can change between a lot of different wave or shape, I don't know how you call it, and each one has a different vibe. Let's hear, just to go, let's change pretty interesting. So you can save your own. It's very weird by itself, but when you start adding effects, like in this case the reverb, and let's add back the delay stuff, is smudge this harshness and create very interesting soundscape. Let's turn off the. So let's go back to the simple one. So this basically mimic a normal synthesizer, right? You have separated all of your parts. There's nothing really weird going on. I decided, though, to add a Pamelas workout. So I have the last three channel, 6, 7, and 8, doing random waveform. So I'll show you. For example, number 6 has a modifier or 2, so it's synced with the torso. If you press, you enter all the possibility you have. So wave, I put random. You can put many different press, and there's many different wave. Push random. Then you can decide the level. So if you put 100%, it will have a big variable in the randomness. So if you instead restrict the level, the randomness will be more controlled. So I did that for all 6, 7, and 8. So 3 random forms. And the first one, 6, is going here into the spectral tilt. So this would be without. And this is with. Then I have another one going to density. This is an attenuator, so I can decide how much. And then I have the third one that do an interesting thing. So I send it first to the attenuator here, and then from here I'm going into the frequency volt per octave control. So when I turn it on, this is what happens. So it's a randomness, but it's in time. Basically, I have the frequency, whatever it is, and this will cut down the frequency. All right, then what else I decided to go on? I have another, an LFO, because this can work as an LFO, so I put an 5, an LFO that goes into my partial, so it moves, open and close the partial. This is just sync time, no problem, no, doesn't do anything really. And this one is another random that goes into the harmonic factor. So basically, with this I can decide how much movement to give. Or keep it like this. So this is it for all the synth part, and then of course some effects that make things nice. Let's see what happened in the Nightsky. This is just a wet signal. Simply I have a sparse texture in scale. So then I had the 4th for shimmering, adjusted the input, and some low glimmer. Some drive, you can hear the sound is pretty crunchy. And then I cut a lot the low end while keeping the high end all there. And then I have a very subtle reverb, you can't see now, but it's my spring reverb from Eventide. And then the final touch is the Benny Dabeco. And that's it. Now what you can do is just jamming. So let's jam a little. Just random stuff. But in this way I can have, if I start from a scratch pattern, I know that my track 1 will be the fundamental, that is clean and fast attack. Let's select the scale for all the things, so pattern, scale, minor, and now we can also set the voicing for everything, pattern, pattern, ta, ta. And now I can add the note. Let's add some more pulls here. Let's set last step. Let's add that again. So far we are just sequencing the fundamental, and I will keep working on that. Now let's add some now I'm adding some odd partial, and now let's add some even partial. I know that the odd partial are these slow attacks, so it creates sort of pads. And now there's the odd partial too. I can also control the single volume here. And so on. So basically, it's a very specific kind of sounding and minimal, I don't know, kind of vibe. But as usual, lately my process is finding out an instrument, start messing around with the sequence and effects, and then record and start saving loops and stuff that I will use back in my live, because it's mostly what I want is just having material to then play live with the Octatrack. Or this is great to score small video and stuff. It's very fun. We can start messing also with the Nightsky to hear. and so on and on and on. I always get carried away. So one thing that I'm trying to do lately to escape the gas is trying to use what I have, especially the things that I'm not using since a while. I never really get into the Pamela and Odessa and the Zadar, because they are can be pretty complex module. But putting everything in a small case and have less distraction is what lets you learn these things a little better. So I'm really enjoying creating one synth a week. Let's call it like that. Design your own instrument. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Okay, I think this is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.